Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all for
All of you.
all our
Studio
studio
audience.
audience. Thank
Uh-huh.
you. Well,
Welcome to the Black Multiverse
Multiverse
Theory
Theory
podcast,
podcast.
where hosts Nigel and Nilo explore current events through an Afro-Canadian lens. In shoutouts, we catch up with the community, creating a space for connection. In the scroll, we dive into social media, current events, and celebrity news. Always actual, but not always factual. On the screen, we share our latest watch list, while in our ears explores the sounds shaping our world. The podcast culminates with an uplifting message, hoping to leave you empowered. Today, I think is Nigel's word today. Hoping to leave you empowered. And thanks for tuning in for insightful analysis and a vibrant perspective on today's world. Wait, wrong one.
There we go. Our studio audience is live and lying on the floor in a comatose state as
It's a
Sunset,
shaggy dog.
Sunset has taken a break.
Mm-hmm.
We want to send some shout outs. First of all, shout outs to my daughters, Nyla and Niana Williams. Fantastic job they did with their school. They do go to a soccer, what they call now a soccer academy, which is awesome. I think I've spoke about it before, where if your children love soccer, it's good to have them in this because the entire team goes to each class with each other, so that the whole team is there, and they go to math and science and social, and they do all the things together, and they play. So they had a great time. Went up against the schools, came in second place, which was fantastic. They were winning 2-0 for the first half, and then the second half, they switched goalies, which I wouldn't have done because their goalie was doing just fine.
Okay, Coach Dad.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that. They switched goalies twice, and each of those other goalies got scored on twice. So it
Wow.
was like, and the first goalie didn't get scored on at all.
But it's cool. They have to give everybody a chance to showcase their
Absolutely not. You're trying to win the tournament. You're trying to send people home with a gold medal.
skills. Okay.
My daughters were very annoyed for the same reasons I just said right there. These are pretty much their words. They're like, why?
Why did you do
And you, unlike community, if you are a goalie and you are written down on the sheet as a goalie, you cannot
play
become a player.
Oh wow.
So he had to take off his jersey and
Oh.
sit there for the second half and do nothing and watch his team lose. That's
terrible.
wild to me.
Poor guy.
It was so wild.
But there was a lesson learned there.
I don't know what it is.
Me neither, but his therapist will help him figure it out.
And then he left upset and went for tryouts for club. So
I hope he did well. I hope it fueled him.
And the guy who scored the 2 goals for our team was a very tall, very nice black kid, and he did it on penalties. He just shot it right into the corner each time. Boom, boom. Did his muscles, kind of like how Nashawn does
muscles.
it. Yeah, he did this.
Oh, they have their thing. Okay.
Did a thing. So I was like, okay.
I don't know if this is old, but this is a thing. Did they do that?
What does that mean? It's in your veins?
I guess so.
It's in the blood? They don't do that anymore. What they do is, I'm stronger and overpowering everybody else. I'm mighty and strong.
Okay.
So shout out to them.
Yes.
Shout out to JD Bracco team. I went to go see them. It was phenomenal. Great job, girls. Great job.
Amazing.
Shout out to my mom who's online right now. Mama Zita is on and watching us, so shout out to her. And shout out to Pastor Rod and the BACSP family, which is having the Rise Up celebration and revival meeting this Saturday and Sunday coming up, which I will be completely out and about, out there just doing what I can.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you? You got any shout outs?
Well, I'm going to give my big shout out here to Bill, who just jumped on and gave us a thumbs up.
Hey, Bill.
Um, there was a UEP ceremony this last weekend, but
Ah.
I was not able to make it.
Mm.
That is not how the cards unfolded in my particular day, but I was ready just in case I would have been able to. Yeah, just I don't have a. Tomorrow is Speakeasy. It's actually the last Speakeasy of the season.
Yeah.
So I wasn't able to do last month's Speakeasy. I think it was around that time that I wasn't feeling very well, and then I got diagnosed with diabetes shortly after that.
Sugars.
The sugars. I'm so sweet. And so yeah, this month, this March, this Thursday coming will be our last Soup and Stories. It's supposed to be a sip and paint and stories.
Mm.
We may still paint, but
Hmm.
for sure we'll be doing the stories with the same topic as we did last month
Mm.
around permission and forgiveness, asking for permission, seeking forgiveness, all of those things.
Oh,
Or
wow.
even granting forgiveness as well.
Oh, wow.
A reminder that we still have to name our little astro person over here. We don't know if it's a boy or a girl yet.
Yeah.
It
Did
might be a boy.
anybody put anything in the comments about
No,
who
not
this
last
person?
time, not this time either. But we'll figure out something good. I feel like we've got a good distance here, and I love this dynamic Black Multiverse Theory situation that's happening. I actually quite love it. It reminds me of like early Star Trek.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, look at those stars. Correct. Yeah, that's all I have for shout out. Shout out to Uncle Mario, who definitely still catches up with us. Shout out to my cousin, who's True Soul NYC, on Instagram, and to my niece. Yeah, that's it, I guess.
Okay, well, shout out to the fam.
Shout out to all of y'all.
And not to forget my boys as well. My boys, shout out to them. This week was the girls. Next week we'll talk about the boys. So shout out to them as well.
Okay, cool.
We have our next portion of our show, which is called The Scroll.
I thought you were going to be like the scroll, but you want to go boom boom scroll. Got it. No problem. I'll make a note of
The
it.
Scroll.
The scroll. Got it.
Yeah. So on the scroll today, we have some scammers in our province.
Scammers in the mist.
Is that where we're at? No.
No, we're at Sterling Scott. If you want to start with,
Let's start with let's start with Sterling Scott. Yeah. We'll get to the scammers. If you don't know who Sterling Scott is, neither does half of the city, because they think I am Sterling Scott half the time. So, but Sterling Scott and I have one thing that is very much in common, and that is, well, we have quite a few things in common. First of all, we are same complexion. Second, we both have locks. Third, we both
have locks.
You didn't see him?
He has two strand twists.
Oh, he has two strand twists. Sorry. So, well, excuse me. I haven't taken the time to look at his hair. My bad. So he has two strand twists. I used to have two strand twists.
You did
He has a very pointy nose.
Sometimes you have
I have a very pointy nose.
Okay.
We're both. I'm comedian-esque. Like I'm an MC. So I'm on stage and I'm funny. He does that for a living. He writes jokes. So I don't write jokes. I just joke on the fly.
Right.
But because I remember he's a comedian and he's done this hour as 52 minutes. Like he's a comedian and has been known as one of Edmonton's best, if not Canada's best comedians. So they've said this on many occasions. And he now has been awarded the golden ticket on
is it the golden ticket?
On
Hey,
Canada's
Barry.
Got Talent.
Canada's
She's
Got
not
Talent.
picking up on all these things.
Oh, did you want me to
You're
play
supposed
on
no, you're
sound?
supposed to say
Oh,
what I'm taking.
Canada's Got
Oh
Talent.
wow. Wow. All right. So
Barry's in the house.
B.
I'm over here working on this side of things, man. You gotta help. You gotta help me out sometimes. But
What's up,
listen,
Bay? B. What's up, Barry?
this is true that Sterling was on Canada's Got Talent, and he won the Golden Buzzer. I think it's
The
called.
Golden
I don't watch the show
Buzzer.
either,
There you
but I
go.
watch Willy Wonka even less.
Wow. Well, I like chocolate,
Golden
so Willy
ticket.
Wonka and be your friends. But
Love it.
Sterling's got big fan of his.
Yeah, he's very
At the shop,
hardworking.
we've done what is called a secret show where a bunch of comedians came in with Sterling. He's been trying to do that again. He's also trained quite a few people, muggles, to be actual comedians. And
Yeah,
one of
he's
those
good for that.
muggles is none other than ours truly, Nilo.
Yeah, I used to call Sterling my comedy mentor.
Yep.
But I have to say that because if you decide that you want to get into comedy, Sterling is a great person. He'll mentor you, he'll hook you up with shows and whatever. I did it, I bombed, and then I had the most amazing show to place called The Empress, which no longer exists. And then I decided I'm good. I don't need to bomb all those times.
She retired wearing the 4-5. Right there.
Listen,
Top of her game. Everybody was like, woo, bring back Nilo. And she's like, I'm out.
I'm out. I retired a legend.
That's it.
In any case, yeah, congratulations to Sterling. I can't wait to hear what the girls think about it because they're the ones I'm concerned about.
Yeah. Sterling and I also share twin daughters. We both have twin daughters.
Mm-hmm.
So his twin daughters are fraternal and mine are identical. But his twin daughters, they love me all the time. We talk all the time, them. and we love them as well. So congrats to Sterling Scott for his contribution to comedy and what he's doing right now.
Sorry.
Was
It's interesting on these shows how they like weave up your story. You know what I mean?
Oh, like
it's like
your backstory?
Yeah, your backstory. It's like nothing's a lie, but it's also like
embellished a bit.
It's not embellished. It's the truth, but it's just said a certain way. Like, let me give you an example of this. McDonald's owns a company called All Beef.
Yeah.
So when McDonald's says all beef patties, they don't necessarily mean that the patties are all beef, but they are all beef patties because the company All Beef makes the patties. You feel what I'm saying?
They used to be, McDonald's used to have Alberta beef patties. They used to have Alberta beef. So you knew.
Really?
Yeah.
No, now it's All Beef.
Now it's All Beef because they had to get them.
Because All Beef is the company that makes.
They had to go a different route because the farmers couldn't handle the production. There's a McDonald's on every third street, like all the time. So our Alberta beef patties couldn't keep up. You'd be slaughtering cows like per minute.
Right. So on the show, they said that Sterling's a single father.
Yeah, he's a single father.
Yeah, I guess he is. He's a single father.
Yeah.
But is he a single father?
Yeah, he's a single father.
All right, all beef patties. Shall we move on to the next?
You know what? I can't delve into this, and a lot of what I can say, I don't have permission to say this on the air. But he is a single father.
It's true.
There's no wrong.
No even arguing it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
LRT strikes again. What's going on with the LRT? Murdering people out here in Edmonton.
So
not murdering though. Murdered? Oh my god.
So what's been happening?
R.I.P. to those people. I'm so sorry.
What's been happening is we have a new LRT system, and this LRT system, when you are going downtown and you are on 101, which is right by Edmonton Center on this side, and then this side I think is like Eaton Center or something like that, right?
Oh, that one.
Right in the Ice District.
That's the same one Miss Fizzle was driving down the other day.
Right. So when you when you go there, Miss Fizzle. Anyways, so when you go there,
taking these kids on an adventure.
So when you go there, the LRT has the sirens and has lights, but it doesn't have an arm that comes down.
Why not?
Because it has lights.
Why not?
It has lights and a siren.
Okay, but do you not feel like it has been proven that we need it?
Yeah. Like now we're understanding that.
Like we definitely need the thing.
Like every month, somebody's getting clocked by this thing, right? and what happens is,
oh my gosh,
when people hear the bell does not symbolize to people stop when they are walking. I'm not even talking about in your car where your music's blaring, you can't hear. I'm talking the people who are walking. When they hear that bell, they hear run and try and get on the platform.
There's flashing lights.
There's flashing lights.
Okay.
There's lots of flashing lights. There's lots of things that are there to stop you from going in front. But what people do is they try to race across and the train comes out. So normally it's not really going that fast because it's just starting. But it was enough to murder this man.
Oh my God.
And this is
that is a tragedy.
This is one of the third or fourth murders.
My God. That's what we're going to call it from now on.
The murder train.
It shouldn't have taken this long to put an arm on the thing, guy. Put a glass thing that comes out that stops people. I don't really know what to tell you. How many more people?
I've watched this thing clip a lady's the back of her foot.
Oh my God!
As she ran across.
Did you see that on Yegwave? Shout out to Yegwave, you guys.
Yeah, really? Shout out to Yegwave. Yegwave be doing their thing.
The heart of the city.
The YG wave. They be doing their thing. But
love it.
I saw that on YG wave. But when I saw the lady get her foot done, I was downtown.
My gosh.
I nearly ran across the thing myself.
He said, let me.
Yeah, because I heard the ding, 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 and everybody started running as soon as the ding, ding, ding. And I went to run, and then I was like, wait a minute.
This entire thing in action. You've seen how this works.
This is why I'm telling you from first-hand experience.
They need an arm, man. They need an arm.
And you want to know the funniest part? In this part where you're supposed to walk, which is the sidewalk, there's an arm.
Oh, but if you're walking on the other
But if you're driving, there's no arm. So what people do is they go around the arm that comes out.
My goodness gracious. On the other side where the car is.
Yeah, because on every LRT that we have around the city, you have to go up onto the platform to get there.
Right.
But downtown, it's on floor level. Right. So they just run around it and try to get onto the platform.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Badoof. Biddy bim bim. That's all you hear.
Listen, folks, I have never seen an LRT laid up in the hospital. Please take care of yourselves out there.
Hospital? Morgue.
Oh my God. All right.
Morgue.
To that man. Hearts and
he's gone.
To his family. That's terrible.
Unfortunately.
Or woman. Was it a man or a woman? Who did we say? A person.
It was a man.
A man. Okay.
Yeah, it was a man. He died.
Okay. In Calgary, aka Waco, police and a man are in standoff for how long? Don't know.
Well, the man ended up succumbing to his injuries.
Yeah.
For 30 hours, this guy was in a police standoff.
That's what it was.
And they emptied 100 rounds, over 100 rounds of bullets. Now, I've always talked about the bullets to pill ratio between here and the United States, where the United States allows you as a cop to set off rounds upon rounds upon rounds upon rounds. But when you go to the hospital and you need pills, they count every pill, so you don't get you can't have extra pills. They actually count them and charge you for every individual pill that they give you.
Right.
Whereas here in Alberta, it's the opposite. You have to count your bullets before you take them in. So when you put your gun in the slot and then you take out all your bullets and you count them, and then the person on the other side of the glass, they actually count all your bullets and they put them in a storage area.
Oh.
And then when you come to work, you come pick up your gun, you pick up your mag, you put the bullets back in, and you load your bullets. So if you're missing a bullet at the end of the shift, they know you fired off your round. That's how it is here. But in the hospital, we kind of dish out pills like, you need it. What? You need what you need?
But
Oops.
so this man was do we have any information as to why he was on a standoff?
This was sparked by shots fired at police executing a search warrant.
Okay.
Last week, Thursday afternoon.
Okay.
It concluded with gunfire on Friday evening. Police reported a surge of tension around 8:30 at night, compelling members of the Calgary Tactical Unit and RCMP emergency response team to discharge their weapons. The deceased individual, identified as Patrick Kimmel. Oh. Patrick Kimmel, eh? Interesting.
Do you know that person?
No, but Kimmel is the guy from The Fugitive, I think. I think that was his last name.
Oh, I thought it was Jimmy.
Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah, I thought that's who he
Oh,
was
maybe Jimmy
about.
Kimmel, yeah. By police sources, and they had a history of weapons offenses. So Chief Mark, out in Calgary, he emphasized and expressed a concern for community safety in a news release and described the situation as tremendously dynamic.
Yep, sounds like it. Calgary police.
Yeah, okay. I know a couple Calgary police officers personally.
Shout out to Taylor
Swift?
No, Taylor from Calgary. Taylor is an activist.
Oh, yeah.
It's my niece Brittany. She's calling. Taylor's an activist, and she pretty much has had a bunch of charges stacked against her.
Yep. Taylor was just in there the other day, and Taylor was doing a don't forget to turn the volume down. Taylor was doing a protest about a lady who had had police brutality while in custody.
Right.
And while doing the protest, police came out and battered her up on the steps of the police station and dragged her inside, literally
on video,
screaming, and charged her and gave her some jail time.
Yeah, and now they stacked a bunch of charges on her. She's got like $22,000 worth of charges, legal debt and all that. Every time I talk about the Calgary police, I'm going to talk about Taylor. So if you can, check her out, see how you can contribute to what she's going through right now.
She has a GoFundMe, I think.
I'm pretty sure she does.
Yeah. But yeah, that happened, and that leads us to the real criminals, which are the people who are doing new scams. So there are new scams.
The real criminals, you said.
If you've ever been scammed by somebody calling your phone, pretending to be somebody else, there's a new scam that is out there. It is the speed monitoring system scam. So what it does is it texts you and says that the speed monitoring system has detected that you are going over the speed limit in a school zone. And in order to deal with this, you got to click on this link that will get you to the traffic tickets-alberta.com. When you click on it, the AI takes over your system. It takes over everything.
Probably steals your credit cards or whatever.
Your Nest at your home, your Google Play, everything, your Spotify playlist, everything gets taken over as soon as you click this thing.
I don't know what happens when you click it, but we are of the age now where we've had more than one friend succumb to online scammers.
Scammer.
Yes. Who then burn down everybody on their phoneless phone.
Oh yeah. Yes, it calls
More than
every
one.
one of your WhatsApp groups. Everybody in your WhatsApp groups tells them they're part of the WhatsApp group.
Yeah. Oh, hey everybody, click on this link. We have
A Zoom
a
call.
Zoom call coming up. Now everybody's clicked on the link.
Yeah.
We had to put out a whole thing about it.
Yeah.
So y'all just don't click
Let's not.
links and don't pay your tickets generally.
Let's all not. But
That's the only way we
listen,
can be
I
sure
don't.
that we're not being scammed.
I don't think this is a good idea. I'm not sure, but I don't think it's a good idea.
I feel like it's the best way to keep yourself safe.
Wildin'.
So West Virginia
West V.
vetoes the Crown Act as only West Virginia would. So if you guys
What
don't
is
know
the
what
Crown
the Crown
Act?
Act
Yeah.
is, the Crown Act is an act that was passed in order to stop discrimination around hair. So being able to get fired, being told you have to change your hair, what have you. It's like not really been enforced very well, if I'm honest with you. But West Virginia just decided they're just gonna nix it all together, and why pretend? Which, okay, girl, why pretend? I mean, what am I gonna say? Why have this random law in the book that you're not gonna follow anyway?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, your hair is a huge part of who you are. This is why we have a bunch of stuff like "Don't touch my hair," da 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 da. But I know quite a few people who've gotten discriminated against on their hair here in Alberta.
Mm-hmm.
And it is not nice when you come to work and there's a person who is not part of your culture telling you how you should have your hair.
Right. And really, how you look generally, I don't feel like they should be talking about it at work.
Yeah, it
That's
used
just
to
me
be. It
personally.
used to be a thing. I think that stemmed back from Europe and in England, where you had to look a certain way and be proper and dress a certain
It's
way.
classism.
No earrings. None of that stuff. Right? Nose rings, septum rings, all them stuff. Right? So
Bun them days. Them days are over.
yeah. So things have changed. People
They're
look
changed.
different. People are doing different things.
That
And
just means they're not gonna have like artists in West Virginia, which is fine. Do you then, boo?
well,
Uh
yeah.
I want to talk about Lake Lanier, you guys.
Lake Lanier,
So Lake Lanier is this lake in Georgia,
Georgia.
which is a town that the people flooded up. So there's underneath Lake Lanier, there's a whole town. And since the 90s, Lake Lanier has taken hundreds and hundreds of lives. It is actually has more deaths than any other lake in the United States. And people have reported feeling hands pulling at them, pulling down at them. We have talked about Lake Lanier at
We
least
have
3 times since we've had this show. So Lake Lanier averages one death every 100 Black Multiverse episodes about. Because here we are talking about it again. And the last time we talked about Lake Lanier, that guy got electrocuted in the lake, remember? Like, where does that happen?
Yep.
In Lake Lanier, babe.
In the lake and zap zap.
So Lake Lanier, these people were like, yes, what we're going to do here is we're going to build a water slide to our impending deaths.
Yeah, Lake Lanier has decided they're going to build a water slide on Lake Lanier, where at the end of the water slide, you end up into the electrified lake.
It may not be electrified. It may be hands that pull you down. It may be hands that just hold you under the water. It's hard to know exactly what's going to happen. And I have a feeling that they're going to directly attach it to your family's history and what they had to do with slavery. So the more your family actually was involved in slavery and the more your family benefited from slavery
is
the more horrible your death is gonna be.
This is the theory that's happening.
At the bottom of the slide. Okay. That is what I suspect is gonna be the big gag of this water slide.
I like it. Let me tell you something. This Lake Lanier situation is definitely a slippery slope.
Hey, hold on, I got it for you.
Got
I got it.
You got
it. Ready.
What you got?
I wasn't ready. Yeah.
There you have it.
I'm looking forward to the calamity. I'm looking forward to the calamity while building the water slide, the things collapsing, the people falling over in the bulldozers. I'm just like I'm looking forward to it.
I'm issuing out a warning. Black people do not go to the
You
Lake Lanier.
listen.
Do not
Don't
go to
go
the Lake
there.
Lanier water
If
slide.
this means anything
This
to
is a
you,
warning.
don't go there.
Do not go to the Lake Lanier water slide or Lake Lanier. Just
Yeah,
leave
just
it
don't
alone.
go there. There are other lakes that are natural lakes that you can swim in, but there are other lakes that are murder lakes, that are American murder lakes that you should.
We got a
also
lot
not
of murder lakes and murder parks
This is gonna be a murder water park.
where
So
where
horrible.
where they've had a lot of stuff.
Like diving from a water slide into the waters that are above a cemetery, for example. Like
It's a mass watery grave.
this it's just so outrageous to me. Okay.
Okay.
Cate Gate.
Cate Gate. We're gonna talk about Cate, aka Middleton. Now Cate. What? Cate. What's his last name?
Windsor? No, she's still Middleton, yes. But is
Kate.
it Kate Windsor?
Cate Middleton Windsor.
Kate Middleton.
Cate Windsor. Windsor Middleton.
Princess Kate Middleton Windsor of Wales.
Soon to be queen.
Listen, so allegedly King Charles is over there with the cancer and he's like, "No thanks, I'll have herbs." So he's deciding I believe in herbs.
Holistic.
Especially. I love it.
That's awesome.
So he's deciding to have holistic treatment for his cancer. And as a king, I believe that he will have access to many holistic treatments that
Nightshade.
I would not have able to get access to. You said nightshade. Nightshade is really it's a thing. It's a cleansing thing. For real.
I'm telling you.
Anyway, and by the way, there's many plants that we eat all the time that are part of the nightshade family.
Nightshade will cleanse your life from you.
Your life from your body. But anyway, so allegedly, and then so Kate allegedly had some tummy surgery.
Oh, yeah.
Which is looking a lot more like maybe some facial surgery, like maybe a little bit of lift up in here and a little bit of Botox and whatnot, per her last sighting. And so we haven't been able to see her. People are like, "Where's Kate? Where's Kate? Where's Kate?" Then the photo came out. The photo had some photoshopping, much like if my own mother were to put out a photo with photoshopping.
Right.
So they were like, "Oh man, they're trying to." And then allegedly Kate put out a statement saying, "Oh, sometimes I go overdose with the..." Kate did put out, I just say alleged all the time, by the way.
By the way, you can't have a conversation while we're on.
We're all on.
You gotta say it out loud. We're live.
So Brittany says it's not alleged, it is an official from the palace. But people were like, is it from Kate or is it from the palace? Anyway, Kate's family, I guess, were like, yeah, they're not really letting us see her. I don't know how true that was. Then they thought William was having an affair with Rose Danbury, which that has been alleged for a long time now, ever since Harry was over there in the fam jam.
Yep.
And so King Charles is over here just taking his herbs and doing whatever he needs to do. We don't know where Kate is. We've never seen her. Where is she? People think maybe she was murdered. Who knows? Is Rose Danbury pregnant? We didn't know what happened. And then, lo and behold, TMZ, of all the people,
TMZ
comes up with a very blurry photo.
They did a whole video
Of Kate and William, and Kate walking briskly with some bags in her hands. People said it doesn't look like Kate. They said it's a body double. She's
been sick. She was skinny.
Allegedly.
In the video,
perhaps recovering from facial surgery, little nose.
She looked like Prince. The prince was holding her down because the wind was windy. She looked like she
He
was
was
about
not
to.
touching that lady
She,
at all.
she could fly away.
He definitely was not touching her. And they were both holding their bags from the shops. I didn't know royals even
Shop?
shopped themselves.
They shop.
Brittany says it's PR.
They shop. They went in there. Security went, picked up the items, looked through it first, said, hold these bags.
Hold these quick.
Hold these quick while we walk out.
I said, I've never seen Cate carry a single thing in my life.
I've never
That's
seen a prince
outrageous.
wear a baseball cap as
A
much
baseball cap.
as Prince Charles wears a baseball.
William.
He literally has his thing. Prince William, sorry. He has his hat over his eyes covering.
Like, I hope they don't recognize me.
And let me tell you
back
something.
Into your tower.
Let me tell you something straight up. I did not recognize him at all.
You're
If
like,
it wasn't for Cate, I would have been like, "Who's that?"
If it wasn't for Cate, I didn't recognize one of them. I was like, who are these white folks?
I was like, "Oh, this is Cate." Okay.
Oh, it's William and Cate. Okay, she's alive. Good to see you, girl.
So there's proof of life. There's proof of life. They've stolen a lot of things over the years from a lot of different people in that royal family. So because a lot of things have been stolen and not given back.
Oh, Brittany's saying it's Diana, which I've seen this before. It's Diana getting her lick back on every single one of them.
Other sons are like children.
It's true, but I don't know. William's grown up to just be like his dad, I guess. I don't really know what's up. But P.S. I don't know these people. I don't know them or anything about them.
The greatest part,
to make it clear.
The greatest part is the other side. Harry looks just like Princess Diana's like
riding instructor.
Yeah, riding instructor.
But
looks exactly like
that
him.
in the book. He does. In
He
the
does?
spare, yeah, he definitely addresses that. And he talks about how painful it is to hear that. But whatever, that's your mama.
Really?
Yeah.
That you look like you're riding instructor? You look identical.
He was born like well before they ever met or something, he says.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, if he says so.
It's a timeline thing.
People lie all the time. And the multiverse is real.
It's a line thing. Anyway, you guys, Beyonce emailed me and Beyonce said...
Wow. Don't come for us, please.
She emailed me and she sent me the new vinyls, the new visuals, the new t-shirts. Just in case I want to buy, she gave me all the links, which thanks, Bae. Appreciate it. She said that when the album actually comes out on the 29th, I'll get my album and my merch at the same time. She's got vinyls. She's got limited edition covers. But the Carter 2, Act 2 of Renaissance. No, it's called, what's it called?
Why she didn't just give it to you? Why
Cowboy
she sent
Carter.
you the link?
Thank you, Brady.
Why she sent you the link in case you wanted to buy it? Why she didn't just give it to you?
We got to get our followers up so that my Beyonce pack can come. I just wrote in my 5-year.
Yes.
I'm going to put this out there because this is what it is. My 5-year goal is to meet Beyonce.
To meet her?
Yeah.
Okay.
As her peer. No, I'm just kidding, you guys. Wow. As a fan is okay. Anyway, who knows how it will happen. Maybe whoever, you guys will see this and do what you need to do. But my favorite podcasters, The Reed, just met her. And I was like, actually, I'm going to put that on my list.
Yeah, maybe, she'll be on, one of Diddy's parties or whatever. And then you'll get invited.
Oh, my God, please. He said Diddy's party. Beyonce did cancel Diddy, and Jay-Z canceled his little Rockefeller party, which Diddy's usually front and center in this year. Also, I want to talk about what Beyonce. Sorry, Brittany, I gotta get off this page for a second, so you'll hear me, but you won't see me. So Beyonce was talking about this album that she has that just came out.
Right.
And she said that the album itself was inspired by a time that she felt unwelcomed.
Yep, 6 years ago, 2016, when she sang on the Country Music Awards with the Dixie Chicks, and she did a great job on there, but the flashback had caused the network company to actually take down all the social medias and the footage that
We
they
remember
had
this
on
happening.
there.
Yeah. So she says today marks the 10-day countdown until the release of Act 2. Thank you for the bottom of my heart to all the supporters of Texas Hold'em and 16 Carriages. I feel honored to be the first Black woman with the #1 single on the Hot Country Songs chart right now. That would not have happened without the outpouring of support from each and every one of you. My hope is that years from now, the mention of an artist's race as it relates to releasing music genres will be irrelevant.
There you go.
She also says that this album has been over 5 years in the making. It was born out of an experience that I had where I did not feel welcomed, and it was very clear that I wasn't. But because of that experience, I did a deeper dive into the history of country music and studied our rich musical archive. It feels good to see how much country music can unite so many people around the world while also amplifying the voices of some of the people who have dedicated so much of their lives to educating on our music history. The criticisms I faced when I first entered this genre forced to propel me past my limitations that were put on me. Act 2 is a result of challenging myself and taking my time to bend and blend genres together to create this body of work. I have a few surprises on the album and have collaborated with some brilliant artists who I deeply respect. I hope that you can hear my heart and soul and all the love and passion that I poured into every detail and every sound. I focused on this album as a continuation of Renaissance. I hope this music is an experience creating another journey where you can close your eyes, start from the beginning, and never stop. This ain't a country album. This is a Beyonce album. This is Act 2, Cowboy Carter, and I'm proud to share with y'all. And I was like, yes, cousin Beyonce. It's I'm gonna do my research. Undeniable. Yeah, she said I'm gonna do my research and I'm gonna make it undeniable. I'm gonna make an undeniable album.
Wow. I feel that she took a lot from even the Canadian artists who made the cartoon Here's Franklin. And I think she took a lot of that. And, shout out to her for thinking about us Canadians on this side of the tracks here, the country
You know,
tracks.
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Since I feel like she's been controlling her own creations and creative directions, I have definitely appreciated her work more. I'm looking forward to this country album. I've been listening to a lot of black country music. I think we could probably move on into the screen if we want to. I've been listening to this is my in my ears. I've been listening to a lot of black country music, and so um I that is Beyonce that has allowed me all day to be streaming these country music songs.
Yeah, I mean, country music is a genre that is loved and hated, very much like rap music is loved and hated as well. And then there's all types of music that is loved and hated, but Beyonce seems to just transcend every
Genres.
genre, and she
It's
just
true.
goes into a genre that she's never been in, and she goes in and says, "I'm going to win something here." And she does it.
Is that what they're upset about? Is the winning part? Probably.
Yeah, because she's #1 on the charts. Like, who's doing what she's doing, and they're like, "Wow, she's doing that because she's Beyonce." Yeah.
But she's pulling all those artists with her. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
truly she's #1. She's Beyonce. It's like she's worked to be #1 in the music industry. Like she is a musician. She is an artist. So her working to be #1 as a musician or as an artist, it's like she's gonna bring all those people with her. All those people are now making more money off of people streaming their music who didn't before. I don't
True.
know. I don't get it. You guys, I don't get the vitriol. And sometimes I scroll and I see people like, why is she lying? So that's what I was saying earlier when you were talking about that country music. Like,
Mm.
we were all there, we all saw it. Like, why would you be like, she's lying? We saw it happen.
Yeah.
Anyhow, that was during Daddy's lessons during Lemonade there when the people did all that weird stuff.
I don't know if you have it in your comments, but
Oh,
Mama Zita says that she put out a suggestion
nope.
for the name of our lovely space mascot here.
Okay.
But I cannot see it in the comments where I'm at. So do you
Okay.
see it in the comments?
I
Where you're
don't
at?
see it in mine, but we can look at last week's show perhaps.
I looked at last week's show on my end, and I don't see it there either.
Okay,
But
okay. Well, we'll figure it
somewhere
out. Yeah, we'll find it. We'll
I did
figure it
ask her to put it again. I forgot to mention one of my friends that is on right now Canada's ultimate challenge, which is
Yes.
like Ninja Warrior. She is her name is Shasily Matowe. Matowe, sorry, and she did a photo shoot here at the shop under Sherelle Leslie's guidance, where we did famous people in history, and my hair was done in a certain way to look like
Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye, and I have quite a few photos from there, me in a suit and stuff like that. Durant from Saint and the Full 100, he was Jimi Hendrix. She was actually Alicia Keys, and Sherelle was in there too from Soca Fit. She was there as Janet Jackson, and then I can't remember who she was. Sherelle, I think, was Ella Fitzgerald, maybe,
Yeah, maybe.
but I can't remember. But
Sure,
yeah,
all like that old schooly.
yeah. Well, she she does whatever she feels like.
Yeah.
But yes, so she just made it as well onto Canada's Ultimate Challenge.
Yeah.
So now we have Sterling Scott and we have her as well. She's coming out April 28th.
Yay,
So you can watch her on
Edmonton.
CBC. So you got two people from Edmonton on these reality game
Gigs.
show competition shows.
Doing their things.
Yeah. I think I might go on Squid Games next time.
You should. Okay, let's move it all along. What do you think?
Yeah, let's move it. Let's move it on.
Let's move on to the
screen. Yeah.
Okay, on the screen, what are you watching at?
Right now, I am on Young Justice. I went back to Young Justice, and the reason I went there is because Netflix has just brought in Justice League, all the Batman cartoons from back in the day, all the Superman cartoons from back in the day, Teen Titans from back in the day, and it has brought them all into one space. And then Young Justice actually had 7 seasons. I had no clue it had 7 seasons. I watched up to season 4, and that was it. And I didn't even make it all the way through season 4. I just made it to season 4. So there's another 3 seasons that I haven't seen. Also, Disney Plus has released The Bad Batch, the leftover seasons for that. I'm watching that. And they just released X-Men 97, where they've taken most of the voice actors that were there originally back in 1997 when the original and brought them back to continue the storyline for X-Men.
Wow.
What are you watching?
I am not watching very much, but the specific thing that I want to talk about that I'm going to be watching is this documentary that's on Discovery Plus. It's called Quiet on the Set. It's about Dan Schneider and Brian Peck, I think is his name. Anyway, it was that whole age of Nickelodeon where they took advantage and did all kinds of like inappropriate things with those Nickelodeon children in particular.
Wow.
He came out today and actually like cried. It was really
Wow.
interesting. But he used the already convicted Peck to sort of hide under.
Who cried?
The the guy, okay, so the director
The director cried?
of these Nickelodeon shows that is being accused of this behavior. And also like it's when I say being accused of, it's like also one of these well-known open secret types of things.
Wow.
But I would call it pulling an R. Kelly. That's what I mean by crying.
Mm.
Like, if they just told me that they needed help, and I'm like, bro, get out of here with your
Wow.
schmutz. But I will be watching that. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
That's what I got.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think I've actually watched anything. I watched Animaniacs because it's available on Toon Network, I think. So I was watching some of the early Animaniacs, and there's a lot of adult content in Animaniacs. It's actually pretty interesting.
Yeah. Animaniacs is an adult cartoon.
It
I
sure
always
is.
considered it an adult
Yeah.
cartoon. The jokes are so fast
They're
in there, and
so fast.
and they come in and they just come in and come out, come in and come out,
Yeah.
come in and come out. So I watched a little bit of Animaniacs I think last week, and it was quite interesting to watch it. But
Yeah.
I can't watch it for too long because I got other cartoons that I got more serious cartoons.
Okay,
I gotta be
okay.
watching these
More
cartoons.
serious cartoons.
I gotta be
Okay.
watching these serious ones out here.
Yeah. I like the side. You know, I'm there for like the Good Feathers. I'm there for Pinky and the Brain. I'm there for the side cartoons. I'm there
What's
for
the
Chicken Boo. That's one of my favorite ones.
um
Cause they always think he's a
grump
man.
grumpy Patty? I think her name is the
Or
squirrel.
the squirrel, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy that they always think that Chicken Boo is a human until and they're always upset when they realize it's a chicken. A chicken? I'm like, bro, he's been a chicken all the whole time, guy.
It's the thing.
Anyhow, let us talk about what is in your ears. What are you listening to?
Yes, in my ears, I've gone into what is called a chill vibe and into a gospel set. Now, Sandra Crouch,
Yes.
who died just this week, she died. For those of you who don't know Sandra Crouch won a Grammy Award in 1984 for Best Soul Gospel Performance. In the album, she saved her entire production company that was owned by a white man. She walked in there. She had produced her own album, paid for everything, paid for all the musicians, and made the album and said, "Can you produce this?" And he did. She's also known for playing the tambourine for the Jackson 5 hit "I Want You Back" and for ABC. So she's in the back there tambourining it up on those two tracks specifically. But her album "We're Waiting," it came out, and she really did a lot of stuff and changed how choir music is listened to. So I've been listening to a bunch of stuff, especially with the Rise Up revival meeting coming up this weekend. So that's what's there. What's in your ears?
In my ears, I'm listening to black country music, Tanner Ardell, Breland, One the Duo, and more.
Okay.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, I like what black people have done to country
Country
music
music, yeah.
recently, especially as of recent.
Yeah. So, shout out to Charlie Pride, because
Yeah.
all of our parents love Charlie Pride. Um, you got a word for us this week?
I do have a word. There are lots of dark times that happen in course of your life. So it could be a death in the family, and it could be like a loss of a job or it could be just a situation where you need time to kind of process. And this word today is process in the dark. And so when those dark times happen, you really got to process what's happening and how it's happening. And it reminds me of developing film. And if there's light of any type in the old school type of film, you had to go into a place called the dark room, and in that dark room there was certain lights that were kind of reddish in color and stuff like that, where you could develop your negatives. And you take your negative and turn it into a positive by developing it in the dark. And so that is the word for today, is when you are in your dark times, remember that you got to take your negative and you got to develop it into your positive.
Nice tying that up. That was nicely with a bow. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us for the Black Multiverse Theory podcast. We will see you again next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. Good night, everybody.
Good night.